So today I am giving y'all a tour of Fort Monroe. We're just coming into it, but this is the marina. I don't know if it's still there, but there used to be a restaurant right there in the top building. But this used to be a military base, and they actually closed it down as a military base, but since they can't destroy the base because of its historical value, they actually just turned it into a huge tourist attraction. And it's filled with the paranormal, so if you're into that kind of thing, you might like this video. If you're into history, you might like this video. These are just some of the old buildings that used to be. I have no idea of their historical significance. And this is what used to be called the Chamberlain Hotel. It's now just called the Chamberlain. Up on the 8th floor, it said that a girl haunts. She was about 12. And she haunts the 8th floor of this building. I've actually stayed in this when it was a hotel. And the original building actually burned down. And they rebuilt it on top of the original grounds. But over here, you can't see it because the barrier's in the way, but there's a place over there called Fort Wool, and that was put there to protect us from the British. Hey look, all these cars. Wonderful cars. These are the tourists. People fishing, because you can fish out here. I believe it's called Engineers Wharf. I just recorded someone saying something. You've got, this is the Battery Irwin. This is another place that's haunted. It was a prison. There was a prison over here near Battery Church, and it's haunted by the prisoners. But you can tell it kind of gives off that creepy feeling. I actually did a gothic photo shoot over here. And you see the bars on the door, on the windows. Those are kind of creepy. Go for the moat. I'm going to show you guys the moat here in a second. The moat has a legend of the Loch Ness Monster's cousin supposedly lives there, but I've never seen her. I don't think anybody ever has. So if you like the Loch Ness Monster, see the moat. Hey, look, a sign. They got in the way. But over here's the moat. It surrounds a lot of the tourist attractions. These here actually used to be little tunnels. The house in front of us is the house that Abraham Lincoln stayed at while he was here on the base. And people actually do live here. Edgar Allan Poe was stationed here. Abraham Lincoln had visited here. Jefferson Davis was imprisoned here. So we have a lot of history. There's also a pet cemetery that I've seen that dates as far back as the 1600s. I'd show you guys that, but I don't remember exactly where it is. These look like they may have been barracks. I have no idea. houses. People actually live in those. These used to be the officers' quarters. That looks like it. Might have been. I don't know. It's barred. And the buildings out here are absolutely gorgeous. We're at a red light, as you can see. But the view out here is remarkable. Look at that sky. This also gives you a taste of one of my favorite places. I love coming out here. If I could, I would probably live out here. That's the north gate. It's one of the gates. They actually, up here, they actually make, they have some plaques and stuff, but I can't get to them. I have no idea what this... These look like they used to be, maybe, work buildings for the military. This actually used to be a military base. Sorry if I already said that. It was kind of funny, they shut it down because they couldn't afford to keep it, and then they couldn't afford to shut it down, so they had to keep it open a little bit longer than they intended, and it just shut down, I think, like 4 years ago. I'm going to show you guys the pet cemetery. I can walk with it. So, I'm going to go up here and show you guys the pet cemetery. If I can... Me and my husband came up here a long time ago. I don't trust these hills. They don't have a path here either. Sorry. Thank you. Oh wait, I see a gravestone over here. See? There's a gravestone for a Mandy. This is where they used to have cannons. We think. My husband's prior military, so I tend to believe him. You know what? This is for Grits Howard. And here you see a gravestone for someone named Fang. Putty cat. Look at that sun. Tammy and Cinnamon, Martin's Beagles. That's from 1966 to 1980. I guess they're from the 1960s and not the 1600s like I thought they would be. The graves, I don't know if you can see them, but they line these entire walls. Just about everywhere you have one of these is where there's a gravestone next to them. It'd be a long walk. I'll see what I can do. I'm afraid of going back down here.
Don't worry, come on. Touch.
Oh, and, yeah. Will you hold the camera? I don't want to drop it. Alright, so this gives you a better view of the house that Abraham Lincoln stayed at while he was here. A lot of former presidents, when they came to Fort Monroe, stayed here. This is now the authority office. It's haunted because people have seen him inside of it, looking in mirrors and stuff like that. So here's a better shot of the boat. What is that? That looks like a guard tower hidden by a tree. This is the beach that's on Fort Monroe. Over there where I'm showing the camera, it's a little island. You see Fort Wolf. And that was the place that they built that to protect us from the British Isles.
Us from the British?
From the British. There's a ship that's actually moving right now.
Okay, you're stating the obvious. You don't do that in your video.
But here's
how expansive the beach is.
You can see how big the beach is and how empty it seems. So it's a perfect place for people who, well, it looks like it would be a perfect place for people who like solitary at the beach. This here is a part of the fort, and I believe this actually used to be the armory. In regards of this specific spot being haunted, I really don't remember. This house is where one of the widows of the prisoners who stayed at the casemate prison. She overlooked the prison, and her husband died in prison. In fact, the prison that I'm talking about is now a casemate museum. That's this building right here. This was also where Jefferson Davis was imprisoned. It's a museum, but it's closed right now. Otherwise, I would see if I could do a video tour there. And over here will be Lee's quarters. I'll show you all that in just a second. The sign says Robert E. Lee, future Confederate general, was stationed at Fort Monroe 1831 to 1834 as a lieutenant of engineers. He had almost complete charge of construction and put the finishing touches on the fort. Lee's first child was born here in 1832. And this here is the part of the quarters that's not hidden by a tree. That's where he was. So here we are walking up Freedom's Fortress. It's the overlook. There's the American flag flying. Not unexpected, since this is a huge part of our history. They actually make a little... The sign here reads, Retreat. Retreat is a custom first used by the French army and dates back to the Crusades. Retreat is sounded at sunset, and its purpose was to notify sentries to start challenging until sunrise and to tell the rank and file to go to their quarters. Today, retreat signifies the end of the workday. Courtesies. During retreat, personnel in military uniform will render the hand salute. Personnel in civilian attire will place their right hand over their heart. Male personnel wearing hats will remove their hats and using their right hand place their hats over their hearts. Let's show you guys the overlook. I'm actually really afraid of heights, but the overlook is really... It's got a gorgeous view. You can see the view. There's actually a map of Hampton Roads, which is where I live, Hampton Roads, Virginia. And this gives you a little bit of a taste of where I'm from.
Trying to get it to work and record inside of it. All I can see is the grass and the walkway behind us.
Yeah.
Here, let me try over here. Yeah, see, all I'm gonna get is a reflection. It's not gonna let me record inside the room.
Oh, there was that one time when we were at the zoo. As long as you blocked off.
See, it won't let me record inside.
It's okay. And this concludes the video. If you enjoyed the video, let me know. If there's anything specific that you would like to see or would like me to elaborate on, please again, comment and tell me what you think.
Oh yeah, the haunted
If you
chapels
like
were-
it, then click the like button and share the video and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I hope you all have a nice night.